What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about new abandoned details. That's right, our daily abandoned video. I don't plan on making these every single day. It just kind of happens. But no, this is pretty interesting. This, again, adds to the scale of the game. So I'm going to read off of their Twitter because they announced a couple things this morning. The real-time app is actually available to pre-download depending on where you are in the world. I don't have it yet, but I think things are probably going to come out about this game. Maybe people will find some stuff in that app very, very quickly. I get that, obviously, things don't release from the app until August 10th, but you never know what people are going to find. Okay, so with Abandon, we want to deliver a new gameplay narrative. The way you explore, fight, and progress is all done differently and unique. With the real-time experience, you'll not only get to see the high-end graphics, you'll also experience how the game feels like. After all, the real-time experience is a game application and does much more than just a video. We believe a real-time experience app is a next-gen feature that wasn't possible before thanks to the fast SSD, allowing us to travel from point A to point B instantly and to load data fast. So, in-game cinematic in form of a trailer that makes perfect sense, and it is a nice feature to have next to a usual video. All content from the real-time experience can also be found online on YouTube and from our website as an HQ video, but we recommend PS5 owners to experience all of it through the app for the best experience. And they also go on because people were asking them questions, and they went on to say, like, it's going to use the features of the PS5, and that's kind of why you want to do it on PS5, is because it uses the 3D audio, it uses the haptic feedback, so you're not going to get that by watching it on a YouTube video. Okay, let me be blatantly honest with you guys. The more they talk about the app, the more confused I get. And I'm not going to try to explain this app to anybody because I would do the worst job imaginable. In fact, if you guys want to educate me in the comments below, feel free. I have no idea what they're doing with this app. From day one, I've been saying, and a couple other people on YouTube have been saying, that the app, again, this is a very rare thing that really has never happened before. So I don't know what in God's name they're planning for this app. Now, what I will say, okay, in regards to just this, and I know obviously there was the big news of yesterday, I do want to talk about that very briefly at the end of this video, but which just kind of amplifies the entire thing, but the app obviously sounds ambitious. That's like the number one thing. Now, they talk about, again, that first tweet, they wanted to deliver a new gameplay narrative. The way you explore, fight, and progress is all done differently and unique. And then they talk about with the real-time experience, you'll not only get to see the high-end graphics, you'll also experience how the game feels like. So pretty much they're talking about being different than anything else. Now, I'm going to reach for a second and say, who else kind of has the same mentality? With trailers, with gameplay, with how they want to kind of change the landscape? Hideo Kojima. Now, am I saying that two people or two companies can't have a vision of doing something radically different? No, in fact, you probably want that from everybody. So just because they're saying similar things, obviously, again, I do believe it is Hideo Kojima behind all this, but to appease the people that think we're just reaching, I'll just say it is possible that two different people, Hassan, that could be his motto. He could have it written up like by his bed, that he reads it every night before he goes to bed, saying that he wants to change the gaming landscape. He could do it. Hideo Kojima could also have a very similar, written poem above his bedside table. All very possible, but in reality, they could just be the same person. So, again, that's the biggest thing I kind of get from this is, while I really, that Twitter thread confused me more than I thought it was ever possible to confuse me about a real-time app experience. But the gist you get from it is, once again, this is going to be enormous. Now, it continues to feed both groups online. The group of that it is connected, whether it be to Silent Hill, whether it be to Hideo Kojima, whether it be to Bloober Team, whether it be to all of them or none, or parts of them. It also goes to the group of that this is the biggest troll campaign we've ever seen in our life. And again, to make it clear, if this is a troll campaign, it really just goes back to the video I made literally yesterday. They deserve all of the stuff, all of the hate. Now, not threats, not attacks, not, showing up to their door, none of that stuff. But if there's people disappointed about what's happened here, I think people have every right to do it, and I think Hassan and the team at Abandon needs to look at themselves in a mirror and say, we did this to ourselves. And that was, that's what the central topic of a video I did yesterday, which you guys seem to really, really enjoy, and I'm very happy about that. So that's kind of where we're at. Again, like this app, this entire thing, it's feeding both. It's feeding, it makes no sense, it's too big, it sounds way too ambitious. Either they're reaching and it's, again, like they're just trying to connect it to Kojima to get attention, and really this whole thing's going to backfire on top of maybe the game is just going to suck. That's one camp, and the other camp is obviously it's attached to Hideo. Then you also have the picture yesterday where you have the guy clearly with the eye patch. Now, is that Snake? Is that from Metal Gear? It could be. I get the sense that it's not. I feel like that would be way too easy. However, there were people on Reddit that put it all together that claims it is actually just an asset that they just bought. It's not even their own thing. They bought it and they used it for that picture, and you can and then they have like a guy with an eye patch, and it's on that side of his face, the same side that matches the picture. And remember, there's also words that you cannot. They're kind of blurred. Now, some people say like "Welcome to Silent Hill" is what it says. That's I feel like all that stuff is reaching. By the way, even though I do believe a lot of this stuff, I feel like that's reaching. I don't think you can actually make it out or see it, but the asset thing, Hassan and Abandon got extremely, or I guess Blue Box Game Studios, I should say, they got extremely upset when people accused them of that. And that's another thing that I've been saying. What's funny is these guys, you know, they're if they're actors, they're incredible, or actually no, if they're not actors, if they're real people, they are incredibly sensitive because, well, let me say this. And I've said this before, if they are real and you are accusing them of literally not existing or being somebody else, right? They are like not even real. I can understand why you would be upset about this. Somebody yesterday called me MBG's like second channel, and I got a little, I like poked fun at the guy because I don't like being considered, you know what I mean? Like it was maybe a joke, but it was also maybe insulting because it's like, I'm not somebody else. Don't, you know what I mean? So, and that's a personal thing. That's like a me problem, but that's the thing with these guys too. I can understand that. If you think, if we're calling them Hideo Kojima and they're flat out not, I can see why you'd be very, very upset at that. However, again, with the whole they're doing it to themselves thing, they are doing everything to connect themselves with Hideo Kojima. So then when you put these things together and you accuse them, or you just say it, and they get mad, I don't think they have as much reason to get mad. You know what I mean? And then also, again, with this asset thing, the entire trailer, the teaser trailer of Abandon, the only thing we have on this game was completely made up of assets. It's none of that stuff was actually there. So that's what's funny about that is, again, in terms of doing it to themselves, they made a trailer in the same way that people are accusing them of this picture, and they're saying, well, why would we just buy this and use, like, why wouldn't we do it, like, all this stuff? And it's like, well, because you already have, and you've done it like 10 times more because it was an entire trailer. So again, that's kind of thing. It really just feeds, again, the general idea that they're setting themselves up to have these kind of dunks on them, and then when they get mad, it makes no sense because they all of this stuff, they did it to themselves. So, you know, it continues to fuel the fire. It always is exciting. I'm excited for this real-time app. I have no idea what to expect. Obviously, it's going to be a pretty big talking point over the next 2 weeks or so. So, as always, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed, bell icon. I don't plan on covering this daily, but if there is something new and there's nothing else to talk about, I will cover it, right? But I will talk about the real-time app, and we'll talk about that as the days go on. All my social media links are in the description below. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, subscribe to my second channel, and also if you want to support us on Patreon or YouTube memberships, all of the links are there, along with the join button, which is obviously next to the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you all on the next video.